I'm Michael Bosch. I'm running for mayor of New York here in 2017. So I started working actually at a really young age when I was 16 as a barista at a coffee shop. By the time I was 18, I was the store manager. And when I was 19, I opened up my own store. When I was 20, I graduated college. And by the time I was 23, I was overseeing 22 stores and 400 people. Our current mayor, if I am informed correctly, had never even managed more than 20 people prior to being mayor of New York. Right now, what New York needs is New York needs someone that's not going to look at where things have been and figure out how to make it better, but look at where things are going and figure out how to get there. And I don't think that any one person is the solution, but rather it's going to take a generational movement of people that actually want to invest in the city itself together. And I'm simply someone that can bring in those people and collaborate with them together to help change New York City for the better. The Clinton campaign lost. I was really trying to figure out what is the next step as a moment in time in which so many people are finally paying attention that weren't paying attention during the election. And I think finally the generally apathetic generation that I'm in politically is ready to do something. And I think that the sleepy giant of the under 40 voter is ready to wake up and get involved in the political process. And that energy must be harnessed.
You're one of 3 millennials challenging the incumbent mayor in the Democratic primaries. What makes you different than them?
So I am one of 3 millennial candidates running. I like both guys, actually. I think that in general, I consider myself a futurist more so than a millennial, and someone that looks to the future as to where things are going than someone that just so happens to be born in a certain year. I think while all 3 of us are great guys, I think one has a serious focus on charter schools and education, which is important, of course. The other one has a focus on the economy, and he's running on the economy. And I truly am running on the future and generational-based change. There are 8.5 million people in New York. There's 3.3 million Democrats. In 2013, 691,000 people voted in the New York Democratic mayoral primary. Bill de Blasio won with 282,000 votes. That's 40% of a 14% turnout. So realistically, just even of the Democrats, that's something like 7% of the Democrats, and that's 3% of the city's population.
Is there any indication that the age demographic that you are talking about, the one that didn't show up, is going to show up in November?
They're showing up to rally and protest by the thousands, if not tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands in the case of the Women's March. So the potential is definitely there. The question is can we keep up that momentum? If I could change one thing about New York City, I would make it more innovation-centric across the board, in embracing technology to make better jobs, to have better housing, to have cleaner energy, to have better infrastructure, and to overall improve the quality of life for every New Yorker. If I wasn't running for mayor of New York, I actually don't know right now what I would be doing. I'm doing this because I think this is the best use of time, given the current political climate, to make as big a change as possible.
Finish this sentence. Michael Bosch is.
Michael Bosch is someone that just wants to help people. That's me. I live to please.